All right, here we go. Mesopotamia, Sargon, Hammurabi, Ashurbanipal, and I don't know all the words. Oh, it's okay. Oh, Mesopotamia, here we go. Land between the river, Tigris and the Euphrates, and the Tigers and the Euphrates. Oh, I'm going fast now. I can't stop. What am I going to do? Oh, here we go. Let's get back to what we need to be going on, which is what was life like in Sumer? Welcome to Mesopotamia, part 2. So let's get it going on without any more eruption from me. Here we go. What was life like in Sumer? Well, Sumerian kings lived in, and you know this, large palaces. Ordinary people, they would live in these mud brick houses. All right, most people in Sumer, what they do for a living? They farm. Some, however, were artisans or artisans, or skilled workers who made metal products, cloth, or pottery. Other people in Sumer worked as merchants or traders, all right? They traveled to other cities and towns and traded tools, wheat, and barley for copper, tin, and timber that Sumer did not have. People in Sumer were divided into 3 social classes. You have upper class, including kings, priests, and government officials. In the middle class were artisans or artisans, they call them, merchants, and fishermen or fishers. These people made up the largest group, just like that is the largest group in the United States, the middle class. The lower class was enslaved people who worked on farms or in the temple. Enslaved people were forced to serve others. Slaveholders thought of them as property. That's right. Some slaves were, check this out, prisoners of war. They'd go to war and they'd make them slaves, whoever lost. Others were criminals. You became a criminal, you'd be sold into slavery. Still others were enslaved because they had to pay off debt. They went into debt and they were like, they couldn't pay them off. All right, because you're going to sell yourself into slavery. In Sumer, men and women had separate roles. Men headed the households. Only males could go to what you are going to for free today, which is school. Women, however, did have some rights. They could buy and sell property, and they could run a business. Yeah, that's right. They could run businesses. The Sumerians left a lasting mark on world history. Their ideas and inventions were copied and improved upon by other peoples. As a result, Mesopotamia has been called the special name, a place where a baby lays. They call it the cradle, the beginning, the place of rest of the beginning of our society, which is the cradle of civilization. The cradle of civilization, Mesopotamia. That's right. All right, so why was writing important? Okay, that's our next question. The people of, what place were we talking about earlier? Sumer created many things that still affect our lives today. Probably their greatest invention was writing. Writing is important because it helps people keep records and pass on ideas. That's what you'll spend more time doing. People in Sumer developed writing to keep track of business deals and other events. Their writing was called, what's that first form of writing ever? Some people say cuneiform. All right, some just say cuneiform. So cuneiform or cuneiform. It consisted of hundreds of a wedge-shaped marks cut into damp clay tablets with a sharp-ended reed. Excuse me. Archaeologists have found thousands of these cuneiform, what would they be written on? Tablets, telling us much about Mesopotamian life, or you could say culture. Very good. All right. Only a few people, mostly boys from wealthy families, learned to write. After years of training, they became what's known as scribes, all right, or record keepers. Scribes held honored positions in society, often going on to become, they might become judges or political leaders. All right, very good. There's your scribes, and there's cuneiform. All right, now what did they end up writing? Here's one thing. The Sumerians' literature, here we go. The Sumerians also produced works of literature, like your class, literature. The world's oldest known story comes from, what place are we talking about? Sumer. It is called the Epic of, check this name out. This is an awesome name. The Epic of Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh. The Epic of Gilgamesh. The Gilgamesh. That's right. An epic is it's a poem that tells the story of a hero. The hero Gilgamesh, Gilgamesh is a king who travels around the world with a friend and performs great deeds. When his friend dies, Gilgamesh searches for a way to live forever. He learns that this is possible only if you are a god. That's right. And we'll talk more about that later. All right, advances in science and math, yes. That should not be there. But Mesopotamians, our creativity extended to technology. Also, you learned earlier about the Sumerian irrigation systems. These things were very elaborate. Sumerians also invented the wagon. This everybody's like, whoa, this is great. The wagon wheel to help carry people and goods from place to place. Another breakthrough was the plow, which made farming easier. They could grow more food. Still another invention was this is kind of cool, the sailboat. They invented the sail. They could go up and sail. Oh, look at that. I spelled that wrong. The sailboat. That's right. They invented the sail, which replaced muscle power with wind power. Sumerians developed many mathematical ideas. They used geometry to measure fields and to put up buildings. They also created a number system based on 60. Ours is based on 10. We have them to thank for our 60-minute hour, our 60-minute our 60-minute hour, and our 60-second minute, and our 360-degree circle. In addition, Sumerian people they always looked up. What they watched up there? The skies, to learn the best way to plant crops, all right, to hold religious festivals. They recorded the positions of the planets and stars and developed a 12-month calendar. And that's amazing. That's where we get our 12-month calendar from. All right? Based on the cycles of the moon. Ours is different, but this is where it'll get its start. All right? Now we're going to introduce you to two people. Here is Sargon and Hammurabi. Over time, conflicts weakened Sumer's city-states. They became vulnerable to attacks by outside groups such as the Akkadians. That's right, the Akkadians. Go watch The Scorpion King. You'll see one of them, of northern Mesopotamia. The king of the Akkadians, his name was the Great Sargon. All right, in about 2340 BCE, Sargon conquered not just a little bit, but all of Mesopotamia. He set up the world's first empire. That's right. All right, an empire is a group of many different lands under one ruler. Sargon's empire lasted for more than 200 years before falling to invaders. In the 1800s BCE, a new group of people became powerful in Mesopotamia. They built the city of Babylon. Babylon, by the Euphrates River. It quickly became a center of trade. All right, beginning in 1792 BCE, the Babylonian king Hammurabi will be where we go into part 3. All right.